how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And today what I have for everyone is a little bit of a different video. I just thought, now that my smartphone purchasing has come to an end, I went back and I looked at some of the devices that I reviewed this year, and I wanted to kind of let y'all know what device I would recommend you pick up here at the end of 2019, even moving into early 2020 and beyond. So the device that I'm getting ready to recommend for you guys and gals is what I would consider to be the most overall well-rounded device. Now when I say well-rounded, what do I mean? That means it has some really good cameras, it has a really good display, it has some really good software, and all for a really great price, okay? So that's my criteria when I was recommending this device. And what device am I talking about, and what device am I recommending for you guys and gals? Well, that device is none other than the Motorola Moto G7 Power. This is what I would consider to be the most well-rounded device of 2019. I mean, think about it. It has a big, beautiful 6.2-inch display. It has a big, really long 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and it has all the must-have features in the device. So it has USB Type-C with fast turbo power charging. It even incorporates a 3.5mm headphone jack. In terms of the cameras, you can record it up to 4K at 30 FPS with the rear-facing camera. You can also do 1080p 60 and 720p 120 frames per second slow motion. Alright, and you also have a really good front-facing 8-megapixel sensor as well. Alright, so all really good stuff there with a pretty much stock Android experience with Motorola's custom features thrown in. So you got your chop for the flashlight, you got your twist for the cameras, and you got all of the Motorola gestures. So you got the Moto display, you got the screenshot editor, you got the one-button nav, all that good stuff is thrown into this device, and you can get all of this for a really great price of at most $250. And I mean, you think about it, you have two different variants of this device in terms of the Moto G7 Power. You have the globally unlocked variant, which will work across all the major carriers in the US and all the GSM carriers abroad at 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of onboard storage with microSD card expansion as well. Or you can up that and go with the international GSM unlocked variant, which adds in dual SIM card support while also having the dedicated microSD card slot, and you still maintain all of those other features. So nothing is awry here aside from some missing bands on the international variant, but you get an extra gig of RAM and you get more storage, maxing out the storage to 64 gigabytes. And that's actually the variant of the device that I have here, the international variant of the Moto G7 Power. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much my overall recommendation for 2019 so far. Now, that by no shape, form, or fashion means that the G7 Power is a perfect device. Some features that I feel Motorola needs to implement across the G lineup, or even in their Power series specifically, they definitely need to incorporate dual front-firing speakers on the top and the bottom, as well as have a higher screen-to-body ratio, especially when you have other devices in the same price segment offering those features. Again, this is the Bold N1, and you have a higher screen-to-body ratio, pretty much a bezel-less display on this device. Okay? So that's one feature I feel they need to add. They definitely need that higher screen-to-body ratio with a dual front-firing speaker system. On top of that, one of the biggest features I feel they need to add, something that I've been asking for a while now across the G lineup, and something that I use regularly on a daily basis, is wireless charging. I've been asking for a Motorola to put in wireless charging on their G lineup since the Moto G6. That's a feature that I feel should have been here already. It's more relevant now that we have devices in the same price category again offering that feature. Again, bold M1, wireless charging, higher screen to body ratio. Definitely something Motorola needs to add if they want to be relevant or continue to be considered at the top of the budget segment. Okay? So, and along with that, something they definitely need to bring back, and something that I don't know why they got rid of it, is the wide angle camera. Okay? Now, if I think back, the Motorola X4 had a dual camera setup, and that secondary camera was a wide angle camera, and for the most part it did a really good job, especially if you think about it in terms of the price segment that the Moto X4 was in. So why didn't they bring that wide angle camera to their G lineup? That would have been a nice addition. Again, especially considering that you have devices in the segment that offer wide angle cameras. In particular, the device that I'm using to record this video with, the Huawei Y9 Prime, does offer a wide angle camera. So that's definitely something they need to consider bringing into their G lineup moving forward, especially if they want to continue to be relevant. Alright? So those are just some key features I would love to see Motorola implement across their G lineup, and that to me would make Motorola's devices a head and shoulders recommendation over a lot of other devices in the segment, and that to me is something that they need to implement, especially considering how competitive this $250 device segment is getting. I mean, you have companies like Bold in the segment. You have Bold's parent company, Blue, that has been playing around in the segment for a good while now. You have Samsung, that undoubtedly has made a big impact in the segment, especially with their M series lineup and their A series. Definitely making some huge blows in the segment. And then you have other smaller companies like Huawei, like Xiaomi, so on and so forth. The list goes on and on. So to me, although it's not the most feature-packed device in the segment, again, it's a device that I would consider to be the most well-rounded. And again, if Motorola wants to continue to be relevant and competitive in the segment, that's just some features that they need to implement moving forward. So maybe on their Moto G8 power, they may consider adding a more bezel-less display, wireless charging, and a wide-angle camera, and dual front-facing speakers. Anyways, that pretty much does it for this video here today, guys and gals. And I just want to pose this question before I get out of here. What is a device that you guys and gals would consider your overall recommendation for 2019, especially considering the devices that we've seen come out throughout the year? And think about it in terms of the fact that we're getting ready for Black Friday and the holidays, so a lot of devices is going to be heavily discounted as companies try to get that last push in and clear off their remaining stock and get that last little bit of profits. But what is the device that you guys and gals would consider your overall most well-rounded device at 2019, and your overall recommendation to other consumers that are looking for devices in that 250 device category segment? Let me know. Let's get into a conversation down below in the comments. And as always, keep it respectful, guys and gals. I'll see you guys and gals down there. Also, let me know what y'all think of the overall video quality and audio quality of this video here today, because I am using the primary wide camera on the Huawei Y9 Prime 2019 to record this video with no external audio hooked up. So please let me know what you think of the overall video quality and the overall audio quality down below in the comments. As always, your feedback is greatly appreciated. That being said, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys and gals in my next video. Peace, everyone. We out of here.
Perfect.